Resources and Development. Chapter 4, Agriculture. When I first read this chapter, I did not put a great deal of thought into knowing what it feels like to be a farmer. Many of you will think the same way after reading this chapter. If I wanted to do farming, it can be so frustrating to figure out just where to put the seed so that it would always land in good soil. So this chapter is about knowing all the science and art behind agriculture. Don't worry about the science part, it is going to be all plain and simple. With no further ado, let's begin. So the classic definition of agriculture says, the science and art of cultivation on the soil, raising crops and rearing livestock. It is also called farming. The reason it says science and art is because knowing about the soil, the climatic conditions, the crop patterns, the fertilizer, all of this is science. And art refers to the way of growing crops, right type of machinery that needs to be used, and allocating specific number of people for agricultural work. I hope this definition is plain and clear. So there are three types of economic activities. Actually it's four, but here we are talking about just three. And these are primary, secondary and tertiary activities. And just for general information, fourth one is called quaternary. The definition of primary activity is anything that include all those connected with extraction and production of natural resources. The best way to remember this is, to start any activity you need resources, and most of the resources are naturally produced. That means from nature. So any activity wherein you have to put your hand directly into the nature's resource, that is called primary activity. So some of the examples are agriculture, fishing are good examples. Now whatever that we get from nature, it cannot be consumed directly. It needs to be processed and refined. So the secondary activity refers to the processing of those primary resources. And some of the examples for secondary activity are manufacturing of steel, baking of bread, weaving of cloth. And the tertiary activity refers to the support to the primary and secondary sector through services. So most of the jobs that we do, be it in the government sector or in the private sector or working in a MNC or working in some kind of a office, so these are all support services. So that's why it is called tertiary activity, the third kind of activity. So some of the good examples are transport, trade, banking, insurance, advertising, etc. So agriculture is a primary activity because to do anything you need food. To win a war you need food. You cannot win a war on empty stomach. Therefore agriculture is the primary activity. And in the world 50% of people are engaged in agriculture activity. And when it comes to India, 2/3 of India's population is still dependent on agriculture because India is an agrarian country. So we know that to have a good agriculture we need favorable topography, which means the physiography of the place, and then the soil, the climate. These are all crucial things for flourishing agricultural activity. So if you look at this world map, it is a world distribution of arable land. The meaning of arable land is which supports agriculture, which is fertile enough to grow crops. So in terms of primary activity, there are 5 types of culture. When I say culture, I mean the culture related to economic activity. So they are agriculture, we have sericulture, we have pisciculture, we have viticulture, and then horticulture. Agriculture, we have read about it, the cultivation on soil and raising crops and livestock, which is also called farming. And sericulture is, so with the word you can figure out seri, that means silkworm. So commercial rearing of silkworm. And then we have pisciculture. So pisci. So if you see Pisces horoscope, it is represented by a fish. Therefore, it means breeding of fish in a tank or pond. This is called pisciculture. And then we have viticulture. So viti, you can remember grapes are grown in vineyard, V-I-N-E. So V stands for grape. Just remember it that way. It will be easy to remember. And then we have horticulture. So horticulture is about growing vegetable, flowers and fruit for commercial use. So now we are going to read about farm system. So agriculture or farming is like a system. So when we say system, it means it has inputs, it has outputs, it has processes, it has a cycle. So this is the meaning of system. So for example, for farming, we need seeds, fertilizers, machinery and labor. So they are nothing but inputs. So if you look at this picture, you can see the input that is required for agriculture: chemicals, seeds and machinery. And then you have a process. That means what do we do with the inputs? How do we use it? So that is nothing but plowing, sowing and spraying. And then finally we have output. That means what do we gain out of this entire investment that we did? So that is nothing but crops. So if you see, some of the outputs are from agriculture we get crops. From animal we get wool, and we also get dairy from animal, and then poultry from hen, chicken. So that was all about the farming system. So now we are going to read about the types of farming. So the world is big, therefore farming is practiced in different ways. People will have different ways of producing things. And the reason is because of geographical condition, that is whether it's a hot place or a cold place. then it is also because of demands of produce, which means population. If a country has more population, its demand will be more compared to countries which have less population. And then labor. Because not everything can be done by machines, we also need physical labor. So when we say labor, we mean skilled labor, whether they can do a particular farming or not, whether they are expensive or not. Because if it is expensive, then you cannot hire more people